Hello, I'm here with Rod Moynahan. I just want to introduce him to our investors. Rod, can you just give me an overview of your role at CPF?
Yeah, sure, Joe. Currently helping out capital property funds as a development consultant and also an independent lending committee member. What I try to do is assist with the selection of loans.
Yes.
I'd like to think that I bring a level of development expertise, especially into the built form lending that you've been doing a lot of lately.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've spent 35, 40 years in property and property development. I understand feasibilities, valuations, and hope that we can sniff out a couple of good lending opportunities.
You started in sort of around the 90-91 recession that we had to have. So you're working on distressed assets. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'm a bit older than that, unfortunately. I started in banking in the late 80s, straight out of school. Ran through a cadetship in retail banking, moved quickly into corporate finance when I was at Citibank. And that was a good experience. We did some very large development lending at Citibank. A lot of key Sydney projects, Sky Garden and Darling Harbour at the time. So large developments in Sydney were fabulous back in those days. But then 1991 came. We had the recession. Unfortunately, we all changed tack. We weren't lending. We were all in sort of scramble mode. We wanted to make sure that we understood how we could complete some of these projects that were partly built. We had builders going broke. We had developers going broke. We had to step in, and we had to start finishing developments ourselves.
You find yourself on site with a tool in your hand, and so you moved into the construction side.
Basically, stepping in as almost a construction manager. That's right. We tried to help out. I was employed by Citibank at the time to be on site, deal with all the subcontractors, try to get them back on site to finish the work that they had started. We were sort of in the process of, we were doing anything from negotiating subcontracts. So we were lending one day and building the next. That's where I decided that I liked the building side of things and development as much as I liked, the finance and probably a little bit more.
It's a good combination. I mean, from my perspective, what's good about having Rod on board, he's got a very good understanding of lending generally, being from a lending background, good understanding of valuations. I want to come back to that, and also the construction process. So for particularly new borrowers that we've never dealt with before that are doing more complex construction, Rod will review the construction program. He will review the construction contract. We have tripartite construction agreements, which we'll talk about in a moment. He can look at the valuation reports, etc. So he's a valuable contributor to the lending committee. And he also then, once loans have been approved, he then will help monitor some of the more complex construction projects.